Now we're going to practice drawing our names, and we're going to do that in 1-point perspective. So we're going to recall some of the tricks that we did earlier this week. And I'd like you to make some guidelines for your letters. So I need you to make sure that your ruler is lined up here on the edge of your paper at the 0. We're going to put a dash mark at the 1 and a dash mark at the 4 right there. And then we always measure twice, cut once. So you're going to slide your ruler down here, line it up here at the top of your paper with the 0, and put a little dash mark here at the 1 and a little dash mark here at the 4. And then you're going to make these guidelines lightly with your pencil, because you will be erasing some of these. Okay? And then I need you to find the center of this paper. So it's 11 inches all the way across. So I need you to put a dash mark at the 5.5. So line your ruler up here with the 0 on the end, and then put a little vertical dash mark here. And we always measure twice, cut once. So we're going to slide this down here and put another little dash mark right here, and lightly we are going to zip that line right there. So then what I do is I'm going to use my last name. That's what I'm going to draw on these block letters, and I have an uneven number of letters in my name. My A is the center letter. So we're not going to start over here with our K. We're going to start over here with our A in the middle of our paper. And I'm just going to block. I'm using my guidelines from the top all the way to the bottom, like so. And then I will work to each side of my letter like this, and I want to make sure that I'm leaving a little bit of a space, and I'm just going to put some lines in, and I'm going to make my U very lightly. You're going to erase some, and then you're going to put your letter in like this. You see that I have spaces between each of my letters. That is very important. And then I will work to this side and put my L. I still have a space, and then I will put my K, and I still have, so draw lightly. You can make some adjustments to these as you're working, and then I have a nice spaces between each one, and I have what's called, we just have some stick letters. I call these the skeletons of the letter. Now you need to go through and make these letters have a thickness. We are going to make them blocky. And I said you're going to have to erase some. So I have my K. Then I'm going to take out the lines. Oh, I missed one right here at the bottom of my K. Now I will take out the lines that I do not want. And I have this really cool looking K right here. If you're making straight lines, use a ruler. If you want to make your letters a little more like bubble letters, you can do that on our previous exercise where you practiced drawing those lines to those letters to your vanishing point. There were some curved letters in there. My S. I'm just following those lines. I'm echoing the lines I already made. And now, oh, I have to do my A. And then erase all of the lines that you no longer need, including, if you want, and I would, including the guidelines that you made up here and down here. Just go ahead and get rid of those because they're just going to get in your way. So take all of that out, get rid of it all, and you have these nice beautiful block letters, and they're all the same length and width. You've got some spaces in between. And I can put my vanishing point down here somewhere. I can put it over here. I can put it over here. I can put it over here. If my letters were drawn down here, I could put my vanishing point up here. So I'm going to put it right here. I'm just going to do it right here today. And then just like we did on our practice, you are going to draw these lines to your vanishing point. Okay? If I can see it, I draw it. So this is going to run into the K like that. I stop. It's made out of concrete. I don't go any farther. That's fine. So I'm going to keep doing this and drawing all the lines I think I need. If I can see it, I draw it. If it runs into another letter, stop. Because that way you don't want to go through your letters and have to erase all of that. It is not necessary. Hit the L, stop. I think I have a little bit left on that K right here. Stop. And you swing that all the way around. If you have a name that has an even number of letters, so I'm just going to use my son's name. His name is Dylan, D-I-L-L-O-N, and he has an even number. What you would do is make your same guidelines. 1, 4, 1, 4. Line those up. Draw a nice light line. Find the center again, which would be at the 5.5. We measure twice. We cut once. And what he would start with would be, you need to make a little space in between here, like this. And you need that space between those letters. So now we can do the L on this side. So we have D-I-L-L-O-N, L-O. Make sure you have enough room. Make adjustments where you need to. N. I'll go back in with my ruler and firm that up, and then I can do my L over here. L, and then my I, and then my D. And I would go back like that, use my ruler, firm up those lines, echo those lines, put some meat on my bones of my letter, and then I develop it that way. So you just put your letters to each side of the center line instead of on the center line. And then you would do the same thing. You can put your vanishing point here. You would take your line. You can erase all the lines you don't need anymore. And you can take your lines down like that. If it runs into another letter itself, you stop. Get rid of all that. And then that's how you do a name that has an even number of letters.